Hello everyone! We finally have the official numbers and we need to talk about them. We're looking at three specific percentages: 2.8%, 9.7%, and 10.1%. These figures are about to directly impact the wallets of roughly 75 million Social Security and SSDI beneficiaries. I'm gonna be completely real with you right off the bat. I see the comments. I know many of you are already thinking, great, another tiny increase that amounts to basically nothing. Maybe it buys you an extra loaf of bread, right? I get it. For a lot of people, this doesn't feel like a win. But you need to stick with me for this video because we finally have the full data on how your 2026 benefits will shake out. And honestly, some of these numbers are shocking. I've gone through the official reports and crunched the math to explain, in plain English, what a 2.8% COLA, a 9.7% Medicare Part B premium hike, and a 10.1% deductible increase actually look like for your bank account. Spoiler alert, they are giving us a modest raise with one hand and taking most of it back with the other. Let's take these numbers one by one. First, the 2.8%. This is your cost of living adjustment, COLA, for 2026. This is the boost coming to your monthly Social Security or SSDI check. To give you some context, if you receive the average Social Security retirement benefit of roughly $2,015 per month, a 2.8% increase adds about $56 to your monthly check. For SSDI recipients, who average about $1,586 a month, you're looking at an increase of roughly $44 monthly. That's about $528 extra per year. For those on SSI, the federal maximum is rising from $967 to $994 for individuals, a $27 increase. For couples on SSI, it's going from $1,450 up to $1,491, which is a $41 difference. Now, here is where things get frustrating. Let's talk about that 9.7% increase. The official 2026 Medicare Part B premium has been announced, and the increase is $17.90 per month over what we are paying in 2025. To put that in perspective, we are getting a 2.8% raise on income, but they are hitting us with a 9.7% hike on the premium. That is nearly 4 times the rate of the COLA. If you are like most people and have your Part B premiums deducted automatically from your Social Security check, that $17.90 is going to vanish before it ever hits your bank account, eating up a massive portion of your COLA. Then there is the third number, 10.1%. This is the increase for the Medicare Part B deductible. In 2025, the deductible is $257. In 2026, it jumps to $283. That is a $26 increase, or 10.1%. So let's make sure we are all seeing the same picture here. They hand us a 2.8% COLA and expect us to be thrilled, but simultaneously, they jack up the premium by almost 10% and the deductible by over 10%. Does that math make sense to anyone else? We've been in this game long enough to spot the pattern. The goal seems to be, give a small adjustment for inflation, then recoup that money immediately through healthcare cost hikes. And as I've said a million times before, this dynamic hammers low-income beneficiaries the hardest. Let me show you the math, because this is the part that really upsets me. Let's say you are a lower-income beneficiary getting $1,000 a month. A 2.8% COLA gives you $28 more per month. But then you subtract the new $17.90 Medicare premium increase, you are left with barely $10. $10. What are you supposed to do with an extra $10 a month? Maybe buy a box and a half of cereal, right? Actually, quick random side note, have you guys tried the bagged cereal instead of the boxes? Hear me out. It tastes exactly the same, you get way more volume, and it is significantly cheaper. I'm pretty frugal, I love a deal, and buying the bag versus the box is a total hack. Why pay for the cardboard when you can just pay for the food? Okay, back to the serious stuff. The point is, $10 isn't life-changing. While higher-income beneficiaries, those getting thousands a month, will actually see some net gain, the people who need the help the most get the least. So who exactly does this impact? Roughly 75 million people. Retirees and SSDI? Your COLA happens automatically in January 2026. It just shows up. SSI recipients? You will see your increase on January 1st, 2026. Veterans? If you get VA benefits plus Social Security, your Social Security portion rises by this 2.8%. Note, VA benefits have a separate calculation but typically match the SSA COLA. Medicare enrollees. If you are in Part B, you will see that premium hike bite into your raise. Let's zoom out. The government calculates COLA based on the CPI, which tracks inflation. When inflation slows down, the COLA goes down. But here is the problem. Just because inflation cooled doesn't mean prices went down. They just stopped going up as fast. You aren't imagining it. Your dollar really isn't stretching as far. However, they base Medicare increases on a totally different set of calculations. So you end up with a 2.8% raise fighting against 9.7% and 10.1% cost increases. The math is simply not in your favor. So here is your 5-step action plan for 2026. Check your account. Go to ssa.gov and log into My Social Security. You can view your exact benefit amount for January 2026. Calculate your real increase. Take your current benefit times 0.02, then subtract $1,790. That is your actual monthly raise. Review Medicare coverage. If you haven't yet, talk to a Medicare advisor before enrollment ends to ensure you are in the best plan for your budget. Adjust your budget. Update your 2026 budget now. Even if the increase is small, you need to account for those higher deduction numbers. Look for assistance. If this COLA isn't enough, and for many it won't be, look into programs like SNAP, food stamps, or energy assistance. Stick together, stay informed, and I'll keep you updated. Thanks for watching.